You know, I really shouldn't be making too many videos in one sitting, and I've only got 45 minutes to work, but fuck it. I'm going to make this video because it's about time I chime in on this other than on Twitter. Now, as everybody knows, the new Doctor is now a woman, as in Doctor Who. The Doctor is now a woman played by Jodie Whittaker of Broadchurch fame. That's pretty much all she's done, whereas people like David Tennant and Peter Capaldi and Christopher Eccleston, Matt Smith excluded, and actually, funnily enough, this Doctor, the fifth Doctor, well, to be fair, he was in All Creatures Great and Small, Peter Davison, but whatever, that was his one thing. Apart from those two, maybe a few others, most Doctors have had a very good career, and you can say they're known for this, that and the other. They're fantastic. And to be fair, Jodie Whittaker's not a shit actress, but she's not amazing either. She's no Christopher Eccleston. She's certainly no David Tennant, but that's besides the point here. Now, Pete Davison has been known, whenever they've asked him this, would you be open to a female Doctor? He's always said no. It's always been a man. It's how the things always worked. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. I'm paraphrasing horribly, but he is the traditional view that it should be a man, and why not? That's his opinion. However, of course, he was going to anger these people, and in fact, he's even angered one of the fucking former Doctors, number 6, his successor. Now, look, let's just get into this article at least a little bit. I want to share the quotes and some interesting points that I feel is very, very hypocritical. Now, look, former Doctor Who, this is from the Telegraph, Peter Davison says casting of women means loss of role model for boys. He then goes on to say, before an appearance at Comic-Con, oh bloody hell, good luck mate, if I feel any doubts, it's the loss of a role model for boys, who I think Doctor Who is vitally important for. And he does say that Jodie Whittaker is a terrific actress, but he has doubts she's right for the role, and he's just questioning things, as you should. The veteran actor then commented, so I feel a bit sad about that, but I understand the argument that you need to open it up. He also said that he prefers the idea of the Doctor as a boy, but this could be because he is a dinosaur. He played it in the 80s. He was, you know what? In the 80s, it wasn't that good until Sylvester McCoy, the writing, but none of the Doctors, I would say, were shit actors at all. But that's my opinion. And then Colin Baker goes, I cannot deny that I'm amazed by the never watch it again reaction by some viewers. I hesitate to call them fans. Very sad. Oh, fuck off, mate. You do not decide who is a fan, Colin, just because you played the Doctor. You did not write the Doctor. You did not create the Doctor. You did not create the fan base. But whatever. He said that the remarks were absolute rubbish. They've had 50 years of having a role model. So sorry, Peter, you're talking rubbish. They're absolute rubbish. You don't even have an argument, mate. All you've got is, well, you don't have to be a gender of someone to be a role model. Can't you be a role model to people? That's the thing, isn't it? I agree with that last statement, Colin. That yes, you don't have to be a particular gender, particular race, to be the role model of any person. However, the hypocrisy here is astounding. Because these are the same people. Colin, I love you, man. I love you. You're underrated. You were hard done by in the 80s, but you're wrong. You have no argument other than that. Just because they had 50 years of it being a man doesn't mean that all of a sudden that means it's okay to change it to a woman, and now these girls have a role model. I mean, girls have always been watching Doctor Who and never had an issue with it being a man, as you're right. Yet how come it's now the woman's turn? Because it's 2017, it's 50 years. We should be opening it up. And Peter Davison is wrong to suggest that he's a dinosaur. He's anything but a dinosaur. Just because you're old doesn't make you a dinosaur. He has a far more logical, far more, I would say, reasoned response to this. Even if I do disagree that just because it's a man doesn't mean he has to be a role model for boys. But the hypocrisy here is, we hear it time and time again from feminists and social justice warriors that people of colour, women, any kind of minority, or well, women aren't a minority, but you know what I mean, persecuted, oppressed individuals or groups deserve their own role models, that they need black characters, Asian characters, disabled characters, fat characters, female characters. They need these characters for role models, for their own good, so they can feel represented, they can feel better, they have someone to look up to rather than their own parents. But, you know, the nuclear family doesn't exist in their paradigm. It's the hypocrisy of that. So when they change these characters from male to female, the young boys have got to suck it up because they've had him for 50 years. to be a role model for, even though their role models should be their parents, their teachers, and whoever they're around, basically. That's who their role model should be. And yet, the boys have to suck it up. Now, all of a sudden, you don't need to be a particular gender or particular race to be a role model. Can you be consistent? Now, I'm not saying Colin Baker is an SJW. I don't know. I doubt he is. That's probably just his opinion, and I accept his opinion. I accept Pete Davison. I agree more with Davison than I do with Colin Baker, although I disagree that the young boys need a man to be their role model. They've got their mother, like, you know. But again, there's nothing to do with sexism, and I can see maybe the boys are missing something because they're not getting their representation. Now they're losing their representation, but that's okay because they're male and males run the place, so it's okay to open it up and change it after 50 years because it's modernisation, progressivism, further showing that it's nothing more than a progressive political change. It has nothing to do with maybe Jodie Whittaker's perfect for the role. I don't know, but that's the thing, isn't it? And she's a feminist, she's a progressive. You can see why they brought her in specifically, because she shares the same ideology as the writing staff. I mean, what more? And I just love this hypocrisy here. I mean, when it's boys and males, they don't have to have any gender to look up to a model, because, you know, they've had their role models for years. But people of colour and women, oh, they need their role models to be exactly like them. Be consistent.